What records do I need to keep for my self-employed business? In this video, I'm going to tell you the 3 types of records that you need to keep for your self-employed business to cover yourself for accounting, taxes, legality, and just knowing how to run your business better so that you can be more successful and grow. Before we jump into the 3 types of records that you need to keep for your self-employed business, there's 2 things that I want to explain that you really should understand. There's a difference between how to keep these records and what records to keep. So in this video, I'm just going to cover what records to keep, but you should really follow up in the description below and refer to my next video to help you with how to actually keep these records, because that is the first step in really managing a business that you can grow successfully with good accounting records, correct taxes, and everything in order that you need to make a good business plan and really grow your business. Ultimately, keeping these records is a habit that you really need to build, and having a good system helps you do that. Without a system, it can be really hard to keep these records, which is super common. So many people struggle with keeping these records. So this video is about the what, not how to do it. The second thing is understanding documentation. It's really counterintuitive to a lot of people how important documentation is. Let's say a situation happens in your business. Even just writing down dates and what happened and when you're writing this, that sort of documentation goes a long way, because everyone, basically tax people, accounting people, legal people, everyone understands that we keep better records if we do it as we go versus at the end trying to go back and catch things up. And this is especially true with records, and that's why it's so important for the how part of this, so that you know how to actually keep these records for your business. Okay, so now we'll jump into the 3 types of records that you need to keep for your self-employed business. First thing that you need to keep is legal documents. And you might think this might just be 1 or 2 things, but there's actually quite a few things that fall under this category. Everyone typically needs to register in the state that they operate their business in. Wherever you physically work is where your business operates. And so you need to follow whatever rules of the state you're in. Typically, that includes registering that you do business in that state. If you form an LLC, then that's a legal document that you will have filed in that state. If you operate under other names, then you would file trademarks or DBAs in that state as well, which are legal documents. So you want to keep copies of everything that you filed and keep track of what your yearly obligations are to the state. Typically, you have to file yearly your legal documents and pay a fee. Now, there are still other types of legal documents. If you have an LLC, you should be sure to have an operating agreement on file that is customized for your state. You should also be sure to have any contracts. If you have templates set up, you could keep your templates. You should also keep your actual contracts from clients that you work with. If you have a verbal agreement with someone, you can document that on a piece of paper and save it. The second type of records that you need to keep for your self-employed business are the accounting records. And that includes basically keeping every receipt from everything you spend money on. And you should also keep track of any invoices people give you, any sort of documentation related to your spending and your sales, the income you receive. Normally for your sales, you'll have copies of sales receipts or of invoices that you invoice your clients with. For spending, of course, you have a lot of paper receipts. Yes, a lot of stuff is digital and online, and you should save those too, but a lot of people still buy things with cash or credit cards and use paper receipts. And this is an area where a lot of people miss out on tax deductions because they don't save the receipts for all of their spending. And little things, maybe that you spend out of your personal money or that you just don't keep track of, you forget about. Office supplies, pens, paper, those sort of things get forgotten. You also need to keep bank statements, credit card statements. It's not enough to just keep receipts or just keep bank statements. You should have both. Also, note that accounting and all of these records are needed for taxes. That's how you know that your taxes are right, because you have the accounting numbers. And it is a requirement for taxes that you keep track of your accounting on a regular basis, because if you try to go back at the end of the year, it's less likely to be correct, like I said at the beginning. And this is in your favor because typically you're always going to find that you end up with more deductions if you keep track as you go along. For accounting, the most important thing is that you just write on your receipts, your paper documents, whatever the business purpose is. That is really good documentation for taxes. Lastly, number 3 for what types of records you should keep for your self-employed business is business operation manual, which is essentially just step-by-step instructions of everything that happens in your business. And the more you keep track and create step-by-step documentation of what you do in your business, the easier it is to grow and to plan to grow. So this is a really great step to take when you're looking to hire or expand and grow your business, so that you can start to delegate things easily because you already have the step-by-step documentation in place. This could also be helpful if you're selling a business, because people can really see the tasks involved and they already have this all set up and in place for them. It's also what can be franchised in a franchise. The fact that you've already put together a working manual for a business that's successful. Lastly, this is really important when you're business planning because it allows you to take a bigger picture management type view of your business and really see how everything fits together, what everyone's doing, and get that different perspective that can be hard to get when you have a self-employed business and you work so much in the business. To recap, the 3 types of records that you really should keep for your self-employed business include number 1, legal type documents, number 2, accounting type documents, including infamous receipts, and number 3, business operations, which are step-by-step instructions of what you do in your business. Don't forget, this video is telling you the what you need to keep for your records, but not how to do it. And there are great systems that I'm very, very experienced with, and I want to teach you for how to keep these records. So be sure to check out the description box below for where to learn more about how to keep these records for your self-employed business. If you got value from this video, if you would like to like it, that would be great, to recommend it to other people. If you're a small business owner and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can join me by clicking the watermark in the right corner of this video. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments below, and otherwise I will see you next time.